Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV and welcome to sunny Scotland. Yes, nice little trip for me. I'm in a good mood today, even though the title of the video suggests otherwise. It is raining us up and I am sick of it, and I will get into that, but it's a good job. I'm on a little golfing trip away here for a few days. That's our home there for this week. Nice little trip up to Scotland. This weather here is absolutely mental because where we are on this little dip, this little valley, it's just got its own climate. It really has. 1 minute it's sunny, next minute it's lashing it down. It just changes. It's constantly changing. And funny enough, I'll have a little walk down here because I did a video here a few years ago. This is like an annual trip for us, but it's a bit earlier this year as my brother's back from Australia. But I did a video down here a few years ago, one of the first videos on the Magpie channel, when Alan St. Maximin and Jetro Williams were announced as Newcastle United players. We've came a long way, even though those two were actually one of the best signings we've ever made under the previous regime, to be fair. Even Williams, big fan of him. So there's one of the greens down there, the 15th. And I did a video, I think it was probably around about here, a few years back. Good times. Challenge came a long way. Newcastle have came a long way. And yeah, this one today is about Sandro Tonali. It's not all about my golf trip, as I think I might actually feel a bit of drizzle there. But yeah, I'm in a good mood. Not just because the tune are massive, and you know, Tonali's here, and he is happy, contrary to reports, but because I have got a nice few days away on the golf course. Good quality stuff. So it's early in the morning, this one. It'll come out for you lot around lunchtime, but we want to talk about Sandro Tonali. I want to talk about this because every time, and I'm trying to have a little break off my phone and stuff over here, you know what I mean? Enjoy the moment, be at one with the golf course, yeah? Be at one with the ball. And every time I open my phone, it's nothing but hate and agenda towards Sandro Tonali. It's other teams and fans and players and journalists and articles like this online. Tonali doesn't want to be there. Oh, nightmare for Newcastle. He's going to be crying his eyes out. He's going to be handing in a transfer request in January. He doesn't want to be there. He hates it. He's been on holiday already. This whole thing about, oh, he's been on holiday after 24 hours. Can you believe it? He hates Newcastle that much. It's that much of a shithole. He's been on holiday already. Honestly, man, what a load of bollocks. Cazzetta, the Italian for bollocks that we learnt the other week as well. You know, it's just absolute nonsense. It just shows the way the media can try and portray a narrative and run with it, and completely run with it, because they're just leaving out loads of critical bits of evidence and material that needs to be context. Yeah, this needs to be contextualised. This has to be. It's just going with one point of view, showing them that one thing, because everybody yesterday is running with this thing about how he's whinging about the gym. They picked up on this one thing from his behind-the-scenes tour where he's smiling loads, he's happy with it. And, you know, by the way, this is Tonali on a private yacht on holiday with his supermodel missus, and he's not smiling. Just his nature, do you know what I mean? I'm on this trip with Negative Andy. He's called Negative Andy for a reason. It's just a bit of a laugh. Negative Andy's called Negative Andy because if Newcastle win 4-0, he thinks they should have won 5. Do you know what I mean? And Tonali, it's one of them people, he might struggle to smile a bit. It doesn't mean he's miserable. It's just his expressions. And he's smiled plenty in the photos since signing for Newcastle and in the videos. So either we're coming out with this report, you know, saying, oh, Tonali, look at him, he's taking the piss out of Newcastle's gym because his missus in Italian asks, like, oh, what was the gym like in Milan? Was it like this? And he's like, no, it was bigger. And just because he said the gym's bigger means he's absolutely sick of his life, does it? Honestly, man, he'll have a bigger gym in his house than Pontyland anyway. He'll have a bigger gym wherever he wants to go. Do you know what I mean? He signed up with David Lloyd, do what he wants. The gym's absolutely fine. And I'm not sure his players go around, oh, not signing for that club, not enough dumbbells in there, yeah? What's the max speed on that treadmill? Not doing it, don't want it, no row machine, don't fancy it. Who cares? Who the hell cares? Just honestly, man, this thing with the media, they're crying out for Tonali to be crying, because the first thing that came out from Italy was like, oh, he's crying because he has to leave AC Milan, he's crying because he's leaving his boyhood club. Not really, was he? Do you know what I mean? He was a bit emotional because he's been there for years, understandable. He didn't have to get dragged out of Milan airport, do you know what I mean, and put on a nice private plane. He was happy to do it. We talked to Tonali first and agreed personal terms, and Milan accepted it. Do you know what I mean? So it's just absolute nonsense. They're just because we've made an elite signing, one of the best young midfielders in Europe, and they just want to try and push something where they're like, well, he's only signing for Newcastle for the money, he doesn't want to be there and all that. Really? Is that the crack? I mean, it's just absolute bollocks, man, because He does want to be here. He believes in the project. Yes, we'll have double his wages. So, I mean, any club, any Premier League team that signs a player from across Europe doubles the wages. Do you know what I mean? Because that's why the Premier League is so lucrative and such a handsome offer for people, and that's what reels them in. But you know, this whole thing about he doesn't want to be here. Oh, he's crying. He's took off on holiday after 24 hours. He's took off on holiday after 24 hours because he's been playing in the under-21 Europes. You know what I mean? He's been playing in the under-21 Euros. Anthony Gordon is still not at Newcastle United. Bruno Guimaraes is out in Brazil doing podcasts and that. Joe Linton is watching his ex-team in Brazil. You know what I mean? They're enjoying their holidays because they've been representing the country. So... What's the that's gonna be windy there. It's a bad idea walking up there. It's getting Scottish windy now. We'll stay behind these bushes. Right there for you. And you can have a nice view of the old 9th green at 9. It's not the 9th, it's the 15th. But you know what I'm saying. Happy Gilmore reference there for anyone that got it. But you know, he's allowed to go on holiday after 24 hours, not because he was that devastated at Newcastle and thought it was that much of a shithole that he wanted to leave. He left because he deserves a break. He's been playing for AC Milan all the way to the semi-finals of the Champions League. He's had a busy season, a busy summer with Italy at the under-21 Euros, and now he's allowed a bit of time off. Oh, yeah, you see loads of players having time off. Do you know what I mean? He'll be back in a couple of days. They're trying to push this image that he's legged it away from Newcastle after 24 hours. That was always the agreement. Come over here, see St James Park, get the promo shoot done, get the shirt on, get your first interview, and enjoy yourself for a few days. No problem. Do you know what I mean? The way they try and push these agendas, man, and it does my head in, and then you see loads of people, because people have been commenting on my videos saying, but Tonali doesn't want to be here, does he? Tonali doesn't want to be here, he's going to be leaving soon, he's going to leave, he's going to do a run he already has, he's on holiday. Oh man, honestly, it does my head in, I'm sick of it already. Why? We're going to get used to this though as Newcastle fans, to be fair. You know, when the takeover first happened, and the grief woke up, and some fans like, oh, we're happy for them, it's good, and then other fans were like, jealous, Saudi shouldn't be allowed. But now that we're actually doing well, we're not signing crap players anymore. We're not scrambling around for loan deals, and now we're in the Champions League. The hate is coming. The jealousy is coming. Prepare yourselves. You need to prepare yourselves, because this is just the start, to be fair. So I'm sick of it already, but it is going to get worse before it gets better. You know, I just hate this nonsense. I mean, all this thing for the clicks online and all on the stuff on Facebook and everything to try and drag us through the dirt and try and say Tonali doesn't want to be here. And Tonali responds. This is how we're going to end it. Tonali has responded. You see, he whacked this video on his Instagram last night, up the tune, showing his nice little arrival in Newcastle. He looks quite happy at me. You know, he looks all right, doesn't he? Yeah? He looks absolutely fine. And he's going to absolutely smash it in the Premier League. All right? He's going to be worth every single penny of that 55 million. And he's going to silence the haters. When he scores against Aston Villa on his debut, gives it one of them, gives it the old Air Cups. Yeah? That's what he's going to do. All right? I'm not having it anymore. He's going to reveal a Newcastle tattoo on his chest. Yeah? Scratched out the AC Milan one, and he's got the Brown Ale logo on his arse now. It's all good. He's rosy. He likes to be here. He's loving it. Right, that'll do for me. I just wanted to come on there before I tee off. Vent my frustration, even though I'm in a very good mood. It's a nice, peaceful place, this, in Scotland. Let's just hope the rain stays off. But yeah, I had to touch on it. I had people asking me my opinion on it, and, you know, people sending me the stories and the articles and that. So here it is. My response. Tonali's responded. It's all good. Don't believe the haters. Silence the haters. Don't listen to the doubters. Always. And Tonali isn't. Shutting them right up. Let us know what you think of this video in the comments below. Hope everyone else is having a great week. Subscribe to my channel TV, and I'll see you on the next one.